Now I want to jump over to our conversation with Dr. Katrina McGillivray. She's a board certified family practice doctor. And, what's awesome is when doctors are willing and open to look at new things. She's looked at Univera and is really a source of information and helping all of us understand what we've got. So welcome, Katrina. You there?
I sure am. Thanks, David. I had a couple of questions this week, and I'm going to kind of tie things all together. I don't know if slides came through. Yep, there we go. Broken gut. Just wanted to talk about the gastrointestinal tract, how Univera products fit into that, and why it's so important for the gut to work. I know when we get together for leadership development workshop for convention, the health advisory board, Dr. Ackland, always hits gut health. And it's getting a lot of press these days. You'll see other companies talking about taking probiotics and losing weight in the middle, things like that. So I'm just going to do a quick go through of a broken gut. Some of the symptoms people will have, the list on the left, list those typical things that have to do with the gastrointestinal tract, like you get gassy, you get heartburn, you get bloated, you get diarrhea, constipation, nausea, bad breath, all this kind of stuff when your gut's not working. Some people don't realize that the list on the right, the depression and anxiety, has a lot to do with your gut, because a lot of our stress hormones like serotonin are made in the gut. And when the intestines aren't working right, the stomach isn't working right, we don't make those hormones correctly. And it's amazing the number of people that I've seen get healthy minds when their gut works right. Inability to lose weight, that's a big one. I've talked to my sister, Shelly, who's a certified trainer and health professional that helps people reach their ideal health goals, and some people get stuck with that weight loss, and no matter what they try, they eat clean, they add the metabolic makeover, which works for most people if they're not losing weight. Sometimes we get stuck, and it may be related to the gut. Fatigue, intolerance to food. Some people find they no longer tolerate dairy, they get more congested, their belly bloats. Medications, people start developing medication intolerances, are a sign of a broken gut. Some immune impairment, we start getting sick a lot because most of our immune system comes in our gut too. Skin rashes, anytime you see something on the skin, think about what's going on inside, think about the gut, because the skin is really a good look at what's going on inside. And then things like allergies, hay fever, even some of those immune allergy things like poison ivy, the contact stuff related to a broken gut. So what do we do about it? Univera has a solution, and the way I was trained in functional medicine, looking for underlying causes, working with our human physiology and biochemistry, they call it a 4R approach, and those 4 approaches are on the left. Remove offending substances. That is sometimes foods like casein in milk, like gluten, like corn, soy. We don't always know per individual what is offending us, so sometimes removing those. Well, try the metabolic shift and you'll get rid of a lot of those things for a week or two, and that will help you cut out some of the most offending things like your oftentimes your soy, your dairy type products, things like that. The other thing, then, you have to replace missing enzymes. A lot of people make fewer and fewer enzymes to break down and absorb our food. As we get older, our bellies bloat, we get more indigestion, things like that. People start avoiding the healthy foods because it makes them gassy, things like broccoli and peppers and things like that. The answer isn't to avoid the healthy foods and eat junk. It's to get those enzymes in there to break down and absorb our food. Then we need to re-inoculate. There's a lot of stuff we do that kill off healthy bacteria in our gut. You take one round of antibiotics, it's likely to lead to more rounds of antibiotics because it changes your immune system in the gut. If we're taking antacids, that cuts down healthy bacteria. If we're eating the standard American diet, that cuts down healthy bacteria. That allows yeast and bad stuff to grow, and then you start having some of these complaints going on. And then you have to restore the lining of the gut. I should have talked about our products, sorry. Replacing with the NZ Digest, Opti Digest, more for those vegetarian, vegetable-based foods. NZ Digest is great for meats, proteins from animal sources, carbohydrates, all those kind of things. So it's more of an overall digestive enzyme. When we replace with healthy bacteria, Allodophilus is actually a very good probiotic. What I love about it is there are 7 different strains of healthy bacteria in there, well balanced to work at various different areas of the gut. And then they've added aloe vera, which helps as well, as I'll talk about. Reinoculate, we did that. And then the last thing is restoring the gut. That's healing the lining. And I tend to lead with Aloe Select first and then start adding enzymes and the probiotic. Aloe Select has such a large medicinal polysaccharide chain that it does most of the healing. It works on the collagen. It works on the immune system in our gut. It does so many different things. Some people have very, very sensitive gastrointestinal tracts and don't tolerate Aloe Select. Some of those people do better going back to Aloe Gold, which doesn't have, it has about 1/3 as much of those polysaccharides. So you don't get some of the benefit to like the collagen, the elastin for our skin to keep it young and healthy. It still works very well for the gastrointestinal tract. Some people need to add KM. KM is a wonderful bitter herbs product. Some people have such a sensitive gastrointestinal tract. I've seen Anne Moreau, who's a nutritionist and RN, who will sometimes start people with KM when their bellies are really bothering them. One other thing about, I had a question about Aloe Gold and some of the differences and why we don't hear about that as much. One, our Aloe Select, because it covers so many things as far as helping stabilize blood sugars, it helps to help with collagen and elastin and other things like that that help keep our nails and skin and hair and gut all healthy. 3 times the power that way of Aloe Gold. We've kind of gone that direction. Now, Aloe Gold does have some other benefits. It has pine needle extract, which is a really powerful antioxidant. It's an antiviral, so it helps with that immune system. There's green tea extract in there, which again is a very strong antioxidant. So I think that's why Univera kind of combined those together. The other comment was with the things that fall under the proprietary blend of Maxell. That Maxell is in several of our products, including the Aloe Gold and Extra, and it is put in there to help absorb things better, to help with absorption of nutrients. And this Maxell is one example of the synergistic effect of Univera products. We have this great phytologics library where nutrients that have been extracted from plants can be cross-referenced and added together to have a much more potent benefit at lower doses. And so what Maxell has done is taken a very, very minute amount of licorice, which is known to help with absorption. It takes a very small amount of black pepper, which also helps with absorption. It adds the aloe vera and jujube, and that combination helps to get nutrients in better. So what they did was they took a lot of those and put it into Extra. And so I think what they were doing was combining products, almost took the Aloe Gold and added that in with the Extra, because you see some kind of crossover there. So all of those are excellent products. Hopefully that helps with, if somebody goes, I can't lose the weight, I do have some gut issues that symptomatology that I can tell you about, get them on some more products. If they're just on the Aloe Select, you might add the NZ Digest, you might add the Allodophilus, and you will see that weight come off of people where they have struggled and they've challenged themselves to eat clean and exercise and it's not working.